AI agents are the latest craze in the world of AI. The CEO of NVIDIA and Mark Zuckerberg himself have come out and said that AI agents are going to revolutionize the workforce, and every major company is going to have AI agents.
I think we're going to live in a world where there are going to be hundreds of millions, billions of different AI agents, eventually, probably more AI agents than there are people in the world. I kind of think that every business in the future, just like they have an email address and a website and a social media presence today, I think every business is going to have an AI agent that their customers can talk to in the future.
The IT department of every company is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future.
In this video, I'm going to show you what AI agents are. I'm going to show you how to utilize them for your own work or to replace people in your workforce. And I'm also going to show you the absolute easiest way to understand and use them right now. You're not going to want to miss this. Let's jump right in. All right, so essentially, let's define an AI agent. So an AI agent is something you can use to do a task for you. So there's different levels of AI agents. There's very simple agents like a chatbot on your website that can do customer service. And then there's very complex agents that can do a series of tasks. And you can basically have a whole workforce of different agents that are communicating with each other and doing a ton of different tasks. If you're doing research, if you're doing marketing tasks, you can see how this could be very, very useful and could save you a ton of money outside of using a human workforce. So let's jump into some of the ways that you can use an AI agent. So some of the more complex ways and the more cost affordable ways would be to actually run open source software. So I found some really, really cool open source repositories here on GitHub that are actually very popular right now to run AI agents. One of them is called GPT-Me. And essentially the way this works is this one is basically a personal AI assistant that you can run locally in your terminal. So you'd have to have a little bit of understanding of code, right? So these are the sort of more complex ways, but they're pretty cheap. And I can come here and so if we go to like the docs, for example, you'd come in, you'd install it, you do a pip install GPT-Me, you would add your keys, and then you could start basically using this. So this can help you do research, it can help you answer questions, and it can do a lot of different stuff for you, vision, things like that, right? So computer use, right? So you could have it run on your browser and do tasks for you on your browser, things like that. Another really cool one is called browser use. This is also open source and it is free. Very, very cool one as well. So basically, if you've seen my video on Claude computer use, I'm going to link to that in the description below as well. But basically what this will do is it'll actually run on your browser and it'll actually show you what it's doing, and it'll perform tasks for you on a browser, you know, research on the internet, do whatever you need. So I actually got it to do a pretty complex research task for me, and it did that all, you know, using Claude. And I basically gave it instructions and it did the work for me, which was really cool because I used to have to hire people to do that. So this is a free version of that. Well, it's not free. You still have to use Anthropic or OpenAI's API keys, but it's much more cost affordable and it's really cool. So I'll link to this in the description as well. But this, again, you will need to set this up locally. You will need to run some code. So although it's relatively simple, it's not super straightforward. So I'll just show you a quick example of how this works here. So let's see, he has some examples. So basically apply to jobs. So in this example here, it goes online and it starts applying to jobs. So it gave him the task of apply for machine learning jobs, right? So it went online, it's using his browser, it's searching the internet, and it's finding these jobs and it's applying using his email. Right? So pretty cool stuff. Another one here is to find flights and book them for him. So it's searching online, it's finding flights, and it's booking them for him. So you can see this is pretty cool, pretty useful stuff. So these are some of the things you can use AI agents for. Again, these are the open source options you have here. Browser use, GPT-Me. Again, I'll link all this in the description below. Now, another actual one I'm going to show you, this is not open source, so you actually have to pay for this. It's called Agent Ops. But Agent Ops is actually really cool because you, by the way, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies I'm going to talk about today. This is just my opinion from the research I've done. And so Agent Ops, again, is pretty cool. So essentially the way this works is you'll need to create an API key, and then you create certain agents, and then these agents will go out and do tasks for you. Again, you need to run code. This is a little bit more complicated. And then it actually gives you like sessions, right? So I haven't done anything here, but essentially it'll show you like what the agents have been doing, what tasks they did, how they did it. So you can sort of keep track of your agents while still running your own code locally, which is really, really cool. I can show you a quick example of how this looks as well.
Hi, I'm Braylon from Agent Ops. I'm going to show you how to integrate Agent Ops into a very, very simple agent here.
So in this example, she's using Agent Ops to basically do a small task for her online. So again, you will need a little bit of code here. You could use something like Cursor to help you write this code, by the way. It's not like you have to do this all on your own. So she adds an API key here. She runs Agent Ops, and essentially what this will do, so let's see what she has this do here. She has it run a small task for her, write a 12-word poem about secret agents, and it goes ahead and does that. And then you can see her little drill down here. But you could use these to do research online. You could use these to do a ton of different things, right? And then again, you're keeping track of everything that it's doing, which is really, really cool. This is what they call crew AI. So apparently What this does is it actually runs several agents at the same time. So you're running multiple AI agents.
Hi, I'm Raylan from AgentOps, and today I'll show you how to use AgentOps observability.
And these AI agents basically do a bunch of different tasks, right? So she's going to run multiple agents doing several different things. She has a research agent, a writing agent, a review agent, and basically you can see here the job description. So one is a research analyst, one is a job description writer, one is a reviewing and editing specialist, and these agents go out and do these tasks for her as a crew. So they work together as a crew. They do their work together, and then you can see here the replay of what it's done, right? So you have one analyst or one agent doing one thing, another agent doing another thing, and you can monitor all this. So this is pretty cool. Now, these are the more complex, the more code heavy versions. So now I'm going to show you the easiest way to run AI agents that I have found from my research. The first one I found is called Lindy.ai. Lindy's really cool because Lindy has a bunch of different templates. So this is a lead outreacher template. And essentially what this does is it does a bunch of different tasks. If you ever use something like Zapier, where it'll connect, your Google Sheets to your CRM or your email to something else, right? So it's like a way to create things. So this is basically like Zapier with AI built in. So what this does is it'll actually do outreach for you. So it goes out, it actually finds, in this example, a lead will come in, it'll send a message, it'll add a row. So it'll basically, this list of tasks here, what this agent will do is it'll receive the message, it'll add them to a new row in the Google Sheet, it'll send them an outreach email, it'll then wait 3 days, send them a second outreach email, wait another 3 days, send them a third outreach email, do an outreach update in Slack, and then do a response update via Slack as well. So this is basically automating the task of following up on leads, right? Which is really, really cool. So I thought this was pretty cool. You can definitely jump in and try this out. Again, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. I just have been testing this and I thought it was really cool. Now, I think the absolute easiest one that I have used so far is called relevanceai.com. Now, I'm going to show you what I've been doing on this and why I think it's so easy. So let's go to the, let's just go to the homepage real quick. And so you can just come in here, sign up. So I just went ahead and signed up. I'm on a free account. And so the way this works is you can create your own agent. So they have a bunch of template agents, just like in Lindy, right? They have like a bunch of different templates for agents, but you can essentially just come here and hit new agent and create your own agent to do whatever you want. So if you come here and hit new agent, for example, you can name it, give it a description. You can give it integrations, just like we saw here with Lindy. We can connect Gmail, HubSpot, they have a ton of different integrations, right, that you can connect here. You can even connect your own Zapier account or your own custom API or webhooks if you need it to do certain things, right? So you give it a name, give it descriptions, you add some integrations if you need to, and then you give it some core instructions. So I'm gonna show you one that I already built here. So we're just gonna go ahead and edit this one. And essentially what I wanted this one to do is be a research assistant. So a lot of what I do for PostCheetah, which is my SEO startup that uses AI to do SEO, is we actually are doing like outreach for links, right? So we go out and we actually look for links for clients. We review the links, make sure they're legitimate, and then we offer them to our clients. So one of the things I've been struggling with is finding a good AI agent to do this. Now, what I found with this that makes it so easy is I can just come in here, I give it a core instruction. I say, you're a research assistant. Your job is to go to Google and search for both sponsored posts and guest blog post opportunities for a given niche. You will simply search for guest blog post or sponsored posts, and then I put niche in brackets and then catalog the websites you find in Google search that offer these opportunities, right? Then I build a flow. Flow is really simple. Search in Google for, interior design sponsored post, which is the niche we're after here. And then the second instruction is go to each site in this list and see if they offer sponsored post or guest post opportunities. If they do, add them to a list in CSV format. Then you can come over to the tools and abilities. So you can basically add certain abilities. I haven't actually tested this out yet, but if we go to the tools section, basically what I did is you can come in here and they have a bunch of different tools. So you can search for the tools you want, but basically the two I'm using are Google search and extract content from website. So when you add these, you basically have to come in here and you can give it an approval mode. So you can come in and you can actually approve each action the AI agent does, or you can just let the agent decide. I'm just saying, let's let the agent decide. Let's see what they can do just to make life easier. I don't have to approve everything it does. So I'm having it go to Google. I'm giving it a prompt, go into each site and make sure they actually offer opportunities, and then extract content from the website, let the agent decide. Right? I haven't even put anything here. And so essentially what it's now programmed to do is go to Google, find these opportunities and list them out for me, right? So I basically had it do that. The first thing it did was give me a list of these blog posts, of these guest blog post opportunities. Now these weren't fantastic. So I came and I edited this and I said, catalog these in CSV format. So it did that, it updated this in CSV format. Then I said, some of these are roundup style posts. Please continue researching to provide me 50 to 100 legitimate opportunities. Go into each site and make sure they actually offer opportunities, right? right? So I don't want to get links from things like 99 interior blog posts that accept blog posts. Like this is going to be cooked and it's not going to really work well for us, right? I want more fresh opportunities that aren't in a huge blog post that, people have visited 1,000 times. So maybe 100,000 times. So it went ahead and started doing that. So it started doing Google search. You can see it's starting to do Google searches, and it's also extracting content from the website. So it's searching for what I wanted to search for, and it's actually extracting the content. So it then revises it and says, here's a list of legitimate guest blog posts and sponsored blog post opportunities for the interior design niche with a focus on ensuring they actually offer opportunities. I looked through these and these are legit. These are real sites. They're actually legitimate. And so they didn't give me 50 to 100. So I'm going to have to edit that, right? And tell it, hey, you did good. You gave me 10 or, whatever this is, 15. I need about 50 to 100 so we can do this a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and ask it to do that. But you can see what it's doing. And then I'm going to have it put it in CSV format for me. But this is the job of an agency that you'd pay a lot of money to go do this kind of work for you to find these opportunities. And then the next step would be to get the email for these websites and then email them, right? So I'm going to have the agent do this research, get the email, and then email them for me. So a massive time saver. This makes it super easy, and you can combine these agents too. So I'm using this Google researcher agent, then I'm going to have an outreach agent, etc. And then I'm going to have it, take what's in here and then do the outreach and then put that in a CRM and just make life way, way easier. So very, very cool stuff here. And this works off a credit system. So you get a bunch of credits for free and then you can actually pay for it. So right now this is all 100% free. I checked the pricing. It's really not bad at all, especially if you're using this for work. So very, very cool stuff here. I wanted to bring this to you. I kind of wanted to demystify the AI agent world, show you how this all works. So if you like this video, if you got some benefit from it, definitely give it a like if you don't mind. Drop a comment below as well. I'd love to hear what you have to say about AI agents, how you feel this is going to affect the market, how it's going to affect the world in the next coming years. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this, if you want to learn about AI and you want to learn how to use AI to get ahead.